Howdy ho, guys and gals. Welcome back to the Den of Tools. We got the Den live stream coming at you tonight, and hopefully tonight everything's working. We tried to do a podcast on the other channel on Cask and Ember the other night, and boy, OBS was just like not having it. It was not a happy camper in the least bit. I was worried about tonight, but everything seems to be working fine. Anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? Let's see who all's here. Excuse me. We got to figure out. Let me get the chat over here where I can see it. Pop out that chat. Take that, chat. All right. Come over here. Do a little bit of this. A little bit of that. And let me zoom in on it so I can actually read it. Justin's Garage in the house. Greg Crocker, David Corrales, Matthew, Neal, Buddy Upchurch, Mater's Workshop, Jason B, Pre-Revenue, Wohawk, Hunter Mayer, Adrian, and Wings and Pizza. Always makes me hungry when I see him. All right. Anyway, let's start off. Justin, hey Justin, how you doing, man? He says, good evening, all. Greg Crocker says, greetings from toasty, warm Omaha. Brother, don't even get me started about the weather here. Oh my gosh. We had, so it snowed last week, but it's been warm prior to that. So the ground's all warm. So we got 3-4 inches of snow in one night. And by the next morning, the roads were clear. Like when people, it's kind of snow where it's like big, wet, fluffy kind of snow. And when you shovel it, you get like pristine pavement underneath because the pavement's already melting it because it's not below freezing. And then it does it again, and then it melts again. And then we get like an inch and a half in about, it had to be about 5 minutes. And I'm probably stretching it there because it was some sort of bizarre weather phenomenon, like a snow hurricane, just dumped buckets of snow instantly. And then it went away. It's so weird. It's still on the grass and other places, but the pavement's pretty much clear at this point. Not to say that I don't have a ton of mud in front of my house. Thank you, county or city, whoever handles my roads, for not laying down new gravel. I really appreciate the mud. The swampiness of it adds a certain kind of je ne sais quoi, if you will. Anyway, David says, good evening. Matthew says, greetings. Neil says, hey, Den. Buddy Upchurch says, hello, people. Mater says, hopefully tonight will not be like Friday. I would very much for it not to be like Friday. Neil says, I was thinking, but didn't want to say it. David says, good evening, Jeff. And Jason B says, got that like button chomped in early. Yep. It really helps, spread the love, chomp the old like button. Make sure you show the old YouTube algorithm what's what. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Jumping all over the place here. Where were we? Wohawk, it says hello there. Typical OBS. Yeah, pre-revenue. OBS honestly has been really pretty stable for me for the most part. But now I tried to set up a live stream under a different profile using a different account. They're all linked. They're brand accounts. So all under my one Google account, I have a bunch of other channels. So I figured and it sees it. It would see, like in OBS, it'd be like, okay, we're doing this. And then it's like, okay, you have to use one of your pre-managed streams. And then when I go to manage the stream, even though I'm logged in to Cask and Ember, it'd be like, well, it would only see the stream for Den of Tools. I'm like, well, that does me absolutely no good. Hold on a second, folks. Just a second, please. All right. Boy, that was something getting to me. The dust in here or something. Anyway, let's see here. You crossed the streams on Friday, admit it. I tried to. It wouldn't let me. And Greg says, what's happening? TJF says, hello from Minnesota, 72 degrees here. You're joking. It cannot be 72 in Minnesota. You're lying. You're lying. YouTube says, this is fun times because I got Denatools tonight, followed up by a flight to DC, trip about 6 hours. Ooh, that's a trip. So you had North Texas snow. I've never seen anything like it. So we've got a skylight in our living room, and I'm sitting there at the couch, and just relaxing after a day. I was at a swap meet earlier. The local hot rod club had a swap meet, and I took a bunch of the miscellaneous crap that I've acquired over the past year, and just put it all in a couple buckets and took it down there. Sold almost all of it. I only had to bring I think it was a backup camera back. Anyway, and when I went in there, it was a nice day. It seemed like it was about 40-ish degrees. The sun was out. And then throughout the day, like later in the day, I saw people walking in with snow on their shoulders, like an inch of snow. Like that can't be right. And when I wrapped things up, because I sold almost everything, I left a little bit early. And I had a whole cart full of stuff, and all the stuff I brought in, I had the cart, I rolled it back out, and oh my gosh, I hadn't even brought a jacket. It was just pounding snow. And then by the time I got home, I was like, I'm not even going to unload it right now. We'll unload it later. And then the snow hurricane thing hit. It was unreal. And then this morning, most of the snow's gone. Sounds like a recipe for mud. It is. But the front of my house is just one giant mud bog. Speaking of which, I am thinking about building a mud truck. You know, the guys, I'm helping out with this nonprofit locally called Park MVPs, Motor Vehicle Park. We're trying to get the city and the county to designate some land as an annex for the fairgrounds, specifically targeted as a motor vehicle park. Now, the fairgrounds has been getting requests for this kind of stuff and would have done it already. They just didn't have any space for it. And there's this parcel of land sitting up there where nobody wants. It's up on this plateau next to the highway where you get the sound from all the trucks and everyone going down 90 at 90 miles an hour. It's loud as all heck. And the wind just rips through there. So nobody wants to build a house there or do anything up there. And we're like, give it to the fairgrounds and we'll turn it into a motor vehicle park. So we're working with them trying to get that done. So everyone, of course, in the group, most of them are do like mud trucks and mud drags, stuff like that. And they're trying to talk me into buying an old truck and converting it. So if you know anybody selling a kind of a beater, but with a good frame and a buildable engine in the Montana area, or I guess I could go a ways too. Anyway, let me know. Preferably a stick. It'd be great because if I could build it it's got to be a stick, honestly. But it'd be great to get a stick because I've been looking for a stick shift so I can teach the kids how to drive a stick shift. And, honestly, I've been looking and it's next to impossible to find a stick shift that's still running for a decent price. Anyway, Neil says, I'm stressing out. My welder is down for repair. Not sure what's wrong, so I hope nothing major. Thankfully under warranty, but still are a pain. Yeah, I bet. Renegade's garage is in the house. How's it going? Owen says, howdy bear. Rail says, dog days of winter, bear. It's funny because it's been literally the mildest winter. It's definitely the mildest winter since I've been coming up to Montana. And I've been coming up to Montana. I've been either living here or coming here for 15 years at this point. And everyone I talk to is like, it's the mildest winter they can remember. Not sure if it's going to be the mildest on record, but there's indications that are pointing like, if it keeps going like this, it's going to be. And then we're ready for spring at this point. We're like, okay, March around the corner. Winter's not happening. Let's just go straight into spring. We're all ready for it. And then snow, and snow. And garage door. Uh-oh. Special guest appearance. Who's it going to be? Anyway, they'll get in here in a second. Michael says, hey, boss, can't stay. Have an early wake-up. Temp in the DPR, Maryland, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Not much to report. Keep it safe. Come on. Who is it? It's not the missus tonight. It's Griffin. Shark Attack. King! All right, I'll scoot over. You get on in here. Let me get my drink out of your way. So Griffin's been asking to help out with the live stream. And the missus is still feeling a bit under the weather. She's been having a week of it. So he's going to come here and help. Scoot on in. You got in close so we can get you in focus. I don't
know if you're going to bite me.
Let me swing this over. I don't see why I wouldn't. There, that's probably the best framing we're going to get.
There we go.
So, Griff, you had wrestling tournament on Saturday.
Yep.
How many matches did you have?
2.
Did you win?
Yep.
How many pins?
2.
That's right. Because he's a monster.
1 in the first round.
This is his first year wrestling. And you've been in, 4 tournaments total?
Yep.
4 tournaments total, 3 wins, 1 second place. So,
I've been 6.
What?
I've been in 6.
6?
Yep.
So only 1 time, 6 whole tournaments?
5, not 6, but yeah, 5 whole tournaments.
5 tournaments, all first, 1 second.
Yep.
All right. So, anyway, Greg Crocker says, my daughter lives in South Central Oregon. They're looking at 8 inches. Oh, yeah, I know the Sierras are getting smashed. Wings and Pizza says, ordered a U.S. General Box online. It's going to be shipped. What shipping company do they use? They use local carriers. So they contract. I don't know who the main company is they contract, but they're not the last mile destination. They get it from a Harbor Freight distribution center to a local city, and then they use a last mile carrier from there to your house or wherever. And that's always somebody different. So good luck. That's all I can say. And a lot of people have been complaining because they get their boxes and they're dented. Anytime you order any kind of metal box online, you're rolling the dice. There's a good chance it's going to be dented. The good thing is that Harbor Freight, doesn't fight it. They stand behind it. They've got contracts and insurance. They got it all worked out. The only problem for you is that you got to wait. So it's like I was supposed to get white glove service on one delivery, and the guy showed it up, got it, had the lift, brought it down, pushed it off, and they're like, okay, see you, bye. And I'm like, no. This is white glove delivery. You're supposed to unbox it, set the whole thing up, and take all the crap away. They're like, well, that's not what it says in my contract. Later, bye. Anyway. Let's see here. Kurt says, hey, Jeff, good to have you in the house tonight. Sounds like you have a chance to try out the snowblowers in the 60s in Cincinnati, but always chilly weather here. I've had one chance to try a snowblower. All winter, we've had one snow that was semi-snowblower worthy. And that one I used the 26-inch Ego on. Then we had a couple smaller snows. I was able to do a little bit with one of the smaller electric ones, the Wild Badger one. But I got that 28-inch Ego. It thing's a beast. It's got two 12 amp hour batteries in it. It's got power everything. And it's just sitting there waiting for something that will actually tax it. I mean, even 4 inches on that thing is just like, why? Why bother? Don't even break it out. And the fact is, they're melting so fast. The snows, by the time you get up in the morning, it's already like melted down, and it's only like 2 or 3 inches, and it's just ridiculous. Mark Thomas says, hello, everybody. 74 in Florida. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Speaking of Cincinnati, I thought I got lucky for dinner. The missus dropped dinner off early, and I thought I was getting a thing of chili, but it was tikka masala, which is not terrible. Tikka masala is one of my favorite dishes, so I was pretty happy with tikka masala, but would have preferred chili. I almost never will say no to chili. You know what? Let me do this. Let me pull this over here so Griff can see it. I realize I got it over on my right side monitor and Griff can't see what's going on. He's like, well, I'm here, but I can't see a darn thing. Thanks, Dad.
I'm here.
All right. And then now I gotta shrink it back down to fit. Oh, that's too much. All right. Oh, there we go. Keep going. There we go. US box. Zaf says, damn, Quinn did me dirty on throwing in the 20 millimeter. Apparently I don't always pay attention and I'm wrong sometimes. I was stunned. You know, I knew they were talking about doing no skip with, and what he's talking about is, I just dropped a video today on the Quinn Master half-inch socket drive master set that has SAE and metric. It's no skip, deeps and shallow. And on the metric side, it's 10 millimeter all the way through 32 with not a single skip. And he challenged me. He's like, there's no way they put a 20. There's no way they put a 20 in there. Was there a 20 in there? Yeah, there was. All right. You want to read the next one?
YouTube says, here in Tennessee...
You got to talk to the microphone.
YouTube says, here in Tennessee, it's currently 125 degrees. I'm joking. It's minus 55 degrees. I'm also joking. The Denner Tools... Mater's Workshop says that's industrial strength Kleenex on a roll.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says.
Oh, I had to blow my nose on the paper towels. That's what he's talking about. Kurt says we car guys like tools too. It was pretty cool at the car meet, the swap meet. There was all sorts of stuff. One guy had like all the old hood ornaments, like the big chrome ones. He had like everything you've ever seen that was American made. Guy next to me had pretty much every vintage oil filter you could ever want. There was a guy with nothing but old Napa memorabilia, like the old Napa semi toys they would give away. And he had a Napa boat and a Napa car and a Napa pickup truck, like the models. He had all of those. Oh, you didn't make it over to that, so I was trying to see if there's anything else. But
I am a car person myself. I like building cars and quads and stuff.
Yeah. Let's see here. 63 in Jacksonville, 79 in Iowa.
72 degrees in Twin Cities.
Jason says, no joke. 72 in the Twin Cities, say t-shirt weather, but it'll be 40 the rest of the week. I wish it'd be 40 here. It's supposed to be chilly. Let me see here what it's going to be. Let's type in. Was your Livingston, not the rodeo? We're looking for Livingston weather. And we're looking at 28's the high today, 29 tomorrow, 33, 32, 34, 36, 40s. We're getting into the 40s at the end of the week. Boy, brother, I am ready for some summer. But the good news is, Friday, what happens on Friday?
Duncan gets here.
Big brother's in the house.
Counting down the days.
Duncan's going to be here on Friday. He's coming up for the, whatchamacallit?
The
college tour. He's going to go take a look at MSU. We're not biased at all. Everyone right now, send him a letter. MSU. Real men go to MSU. We're trying to get him up here.
The right choice.
Yeah. Mohawk says, I could use a backup camera. It's one of the ones that you have to replace your rear view mirror. So it's actually the whole rear view mirror kind of thing.
David Cordless. I'm sorry, I totally just messed it up maybe. Don't know.
Gotta speak up and into the microphone.
David Corliss says, been in the 40s to near 60s here in Vermont, which I like, but the people who make maple syrup don't care for it.
They need it colder, I take it? I've never actually made maple syrup, so I don't know what temperature that happens at. Let's see here. Mater says, here comes trouble. He's got your number there. Grant Lowstar says, howdy, how's it going? It's going pretty good, honestly. It's been a long week, a lot of good stuff going on. We sold a bunch of stuff. We're getting organized. I got a robotic lawnmower in, and they were like, and it was 2 weeks ago, and they're like, we need a video by the end of the month. And I told them that maybe by the end of March, maybe. And they're like, we need it by, things change, we need it by the end of February. I'm like, it's Montana in winter. You messed up. Sorry, don't get mad at me because you wanted a lawnmower video in winter. What else we got? Oh, the scooter. We put the scooter together. Yep. New scooter. The kids are going to be buzzing around town on that. You got to get your helmets, though.
Yep.
Why don't you go and read the next one?
Matthew Ryan says, Central New York was like 60s beginning of last week, then dropped to the 20s and snowing on Thursday, coming back up to the 40s and 50s now again. Nice.
Still got to project louder.
Oh, yep, okay.
See, you got to get your voice so it hits up into this yellow here.
Okay.
I know. It's a skill you got to learn. And this microphone's really only made for one person.
Yep.
So we got to really project into it because we're sitting further back using it for two people.
Yep. Sin N says, my daughter lettered in wrestling, came in third in Cali a few years back. Go Griffin.
Nice. That's awesome. Good for her.
Pretty good. Yep. Grant Lowstar Win says, you like Chromebooks?
I like Chromebooks, yeah. I don't use one anymore. I tend to just use my cell phone if I'm sitting on the couch. I got an iPad, and then I've got a high-end notebook, and then I got a high-end PC. And but I mean, we've had the kids use Chromebooks for school.
Yep.
We've used Chromebooks for years.
Yep.
Let's see here. Owen says, finally, the brains of the operations are present. And Owen says, a girl from my hometown just won the state wrestling championship in the boys division. Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Speed for Hire says, sidewalk sale starts tomorrow for ITC. Yeah, is it tomorrow or is it Tuesday? I think it's tomorrow. I don't remember the exact dates. I did a video on it at the beginning of February. And if you're ITC, the whole benefit of the sidewalk sale, the real benefit is finding the stuff that is returns or corporate sendbacks kind of stuff, the open box kind of stuff that they're doing really deep discounts on. And that's where that ITC early bird thing comes in, because you get to go and scoop up all the hot deals on that before everyone else who comes around later in the week.
Oh.
You okay there?
Yep, I was trying to scoot in so maybe it would help the sound or something. It did not work. I bumped the table.
Here, put this arm up.
Yep, there we go.
There you go. Come on. Come on. There he is.
There we go.
All right.
And a more in frame. Oh,
yeah, but now I can't see it. What if we do
I'm behind
this?
the microphone. I'm here. There we go.
There, we can see him and everything. Go ahead, read the next one.
Mater's work. Oh no. Futon evenings.
Anytime, just
Futon
go ahead.
O2 evenings, everyone. Greetings and salvation. Watching on TV, not really paying attention to the chat.
Oh, the chat's where the fun is.
Yeah.
Mark says, "Yeah, me too, Renegade. I hear they have an expert up there at Jack's Honda Element for repair. They have a monthly meet for Honda Element. For Honda Element owners, there's a monthly meet. I didn't know there was that many Honda Element owners. It's an interesting vehicle. I actually got to be part of the feedback group for the design on the Honda Element, and I thought it was a great idea. It's ugly as sin, but I thought it was a great idea. I just wish they put bigger wheels on it. That's it. You know, the wheels are just so tiny. It seems like it should be something that is capable of some off-road, but not with that build style.
Walhuck says, why do you need snowblowers? You have a Griffin right there. Who do you think operates the snowblowers?
Well, he's got to fight Mom for him. She loves operating those things too.
And before we had snowblowers, that's what we did. So
Yeah. We still have shovels, but I mean, it's not like I bought the snowblowers.
we mostly use them for the shovels for ice and stuff because
Yeah.
they have metal.
Let's see. Renegade Scratch says, I bought over $2,000 of tools from Harbor Freight over the past couple weeks. Well, I hope you got some videos coming out about them. Harbor Freight just sent me, for those of you who don't know, if you didn't see the video. So they've got master sets now, and I love master sets. I'm really negative about those catch-all, like everything kind of sets, because then there's a whole bunch of bits and Allen wrenches. And then the wrenches that you have, like a bunch of skips and they're junk. They usually have like a bunch of really good sockets. They're all bright and shiny, but everything else around it is all kind of meh. But master sets are hyper focused. So like the 1/2 inch one I got is SAE metric sockets and extensions and one ratchet. And honestly, I wish they'd lower the price and just keep the ratchet and let me buy the ratchet I want. But it's typically something you see in tool truck or tool truck alternative levels. Like you'll see it from like Mac and Matco and from Sunex and Capri and who's the other one? Tecton. But Harbor Freight, and I was expecting to see a bunch of this stuff coming out from Icon, but Icon's very closely matched to Snap-on, and Snap-on doesn't do a lot of those. And so Quinn, out of nowhere, drops 6 in the past handful of months or so. 6 master sets. There's a bit set, and then there's 2 impact sets, and 3 chrome sets. And they're like the 3 chrome. You can get all 3 chrome, quarter, 3/8, 1/2 inch for $300, and that's not on sale. And if you think about it, when you get one of those 20% off coupons, Quinn's always on that list, or never on that list of blocked items. So now you're looking at $60 off. So that means for $240, you could have a full, like professional level. At least I would call it an entry-level value prosumer level set of everything, every quarter, every 3/8, every 1/2 inch, as well as the ratchets to go with them. I'll be honest, the ratchets aren't my favorite, but as much money as you're saving, you can buy some nice ratchets after that. Anyway, has anyone in the world ever used a 20 millimeter socket?
Didn't we use that one on Dunk's Jeep?
Did we? That was a long time ago. I don't remember. I don't remember specifically ever using one. 75 in Georgia. Nobody likes you, Bulldogs. Over 60 inches of snow on Donner Pass in 3 days. Well, I know what they're having for dinner tonight. Too soon? Anyway, do you know what Donner Pass is named after?
Nope.
The Donner family, the group of people heading west, and they wanted to make it over the Sierra Nevadas, and they pushed it, and they should have waited, and they got caught in a huge blizzard, and they got stuck there for the winter, and they ran out of food, and then they found food.
Is that each other? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what's amazing is Donner Lake, gorgeous place right at the top of the pass. There's all these multi-million-dollar homes around Donner Lake. I don't care how rich I was. I would never, ever buy a house at Donner Lake. That is just not happening. That's how you end up with guys in hockey masks coming out of the lake in the middle of the night. Nope, not doing it. Let's see here. Jason says, can you please tell Harbor Freight to make a drum sander? I can't afford $1,200. Boy, I will pass that on. And that is a great idea. I mean, so here's what I have heard. I have heard that there is a benchtop jointer coming. I think that's as woodworky as we're going to get. We got the Hercules 3-blade planer, which is pretty nice. I think we're going to get a joiner. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Hercules joiner and a Bauer joiner, so like a 2-blade and a 3-blade. We got the new Bauer lathe coming, but a but a drum sander. That's going to be a big ask. I will pass it along. I would love to see it happen. I know guys looking for one. But yeah, I wouldn't wait for it. If you see a good used one come up on Craigslist, I'd jump on it. Dr. Fox says, I used a 20 millimeter once in 52 years of spinning wrenches. It was an old Mercury Capri.
Mater's Workshop says, no.
What?
Dr. Valken, 61 in Nashville tonight.
61 in Nashville?
Yeah.
Grant says, you heard of Starworks? Are they the one that makes, like, I think I did a review on their ratchet. They have like a 3-in-1 ratchet where you pop the handle open and it's got different anvils that go in the socket there it was a nice, be the kind of thing like you throw in the truck for emergencies kind of stuff. Not something I'd use every day. Let's see here. Says he can't hear you, Griffin.
My bad. That's my bad.
Come on, speak from down here. You got to project. Get out.
Yep. I definitely can't. I'm just not used to talking this loud.
And directing it at the microphone. You can even lean in, talk to the microphone.
I don't know. I was worried you were going to attack me.
It could happen. Here, we'll do this. Let me stretch this out here. I'll put that there.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I got a better idea. Watch this, folks. Hold on.
What are we doing?
This is why they made me management. If I could move. Slide on over.
There we go. Now I'm over here. What?
Gotta get those arms up and out of the way. Then we bring this in here. Just like that. That's as low as it will go. All right?
Yep. Now, there we go.
All right, read something. Now you can't see the screen.
I'm not even going to attempt that name. Griff has nice glasses for eye protection. Definitely be careful if you ever get eye surgery, walking around without eye protection. And then
Still louder.
And then we'll get you into trouble.
Let's see here. You live where part of my relatives are from, like their left foot or something, or maybe an earlobe. Don't mind me. I can't help myself. I have a problem. You know, once you start having kids, those dad jokes, they just come out of nowhere. Brabble says, how's the dryness out there? Just spent half my day fighting a brush fire in southern Minnesota. This wind is 60 plus was screwing us. The wind was crazy, and it's been pretty dry. But these past few snows were wet, so now it's just soggy. Everything's soggy.
Mater says, they could have sent me that mower. I already mowed the yard twice.
I wish, man. I wish we had that out here. I'm ready for spring. Ike says, Dinner Tools, my first live stream with you guys. Been watching your channel for a few months. Thanks, thanks, Ike Roebuck from Mississippi. Hey, Ike, thank you for joining us, man, and for being a member. You rock. Maple syrup producers need high temps around 38 and the lows around 20. Oh, wow. And Dr. Falcon says, I have Chromebook. I got it for a wife, but when she passed, she took her password with her to heaven. Yeah, on the Chromebooks, because they use a Google password. So I think there is a BIOS password, but it's been a long time since I've worked on Chromebooks. I think there is a way to bypass the BIOS password and reset it, but it depends on the model. Now, we mainly had the HP 14-inch Chromebooks. I liked them. They were inexpensive, large screen, decently fast. But as I said, it's been a long time since I've used one. And Kill King 110 says, hello, little cub.
Hello. It's been a while since I've been on a live stream, hasn't it?
It's been a while, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, hold on. What's going on here? Come on, I want stuff. Go away. Why is it doing this? There we go. I know somebody hit it, but I'm going to read it. MG says, totally worthless channel. I just unsubscribed. Yeah, just so you know, folks, we can see who's subscribed. You weren't subscribed. Nice try. I don't know why people think that they're being cool when they do stuff like that. You're just looking like a moron.
It was not nice having you.
Yeah. And as if you could possibly hurt my feelings. Neil says, good for you. Not an airport. Don't need to announce your departures. He'd have to arrive first. Can I make a Honda HRV club where we meet at Costco? My wife would join that in a minute. Any excuse to go to Costco. You can get them in all-wheel drive. There's a real following these days for the Honda Element, even though they stopped making them in 2021. I thought they were a great idea. I just felt that they made them too small. I mean, but it's Honda, so what do you expect, right? And of course, this is the guy who has 2 suburban-sized vehicles and a 1-ton pickup truck, 4-door pickup truck. In fact, the one car I have, actually Duncan has, is a, top of the line, as big as they make them sedan. So I'm not a small vehicle kind of person. I don't usually see that much open box stuff at my Harbor Freight. This is Matthew saying this. Unless they bring out more stuff than usual, my ITC wouldn't help much. Plus, I'm trying to be good and save money. Well, this is the wrong channel for that. Just going to say. Well, we try to save you money, but as far as not spending money. So the key is that Harbor Freight usually picks a specific store in a region to be their main dumping store for all the open box and factory returns kind of stuff. So if you want to find the really good values, you got to find out what store that normally is and then get really friendly with that store. Well, at least with the store manager or assistant manager. And that's how you find. Like I got the 17-inch drill press for $125. I got the metal lathe for I think it was $300. There's been a bunch of stuff I've picked up open box like that. That's just been, I got a $700 Predator engine for $100. You just got to find out which store the stuff ends up at and then haunt that store. Here you go, read Michael's.
Michael
Gutierrez.
Hello, Bear. Hope you and your family are doing well. Any idea if Quinn will offer the locking ratchet for their nano sockets? Astro has one of their brands of nano sockets.
Honestly, I don't ever hear much about the hand tools. And I hear mostly about power tools and accessories. For some reason, welders, the group that does welders and the group that does hand tools are super hush-hush, and I don't get much info from them. And Harbor Freight Corporate has pretty much stopped announcing anything. They hate it when I leak stuff. And it's hilarious because it builds hype for the company. It gets people excited. It drives sales, but their view is it ruins their ability to sell current stuff and that they have to sit on it and then have deep sales and whatnot. I'm like, well, move faster then. That's my take on it. The Hercules Nibbler is the bee's knees. The kids in my welding class love it. Call it sheet metal Cut all the sheet steel needed to build a shelf and only use 2 bars on an 8 amp hour battery. Gotta love that 8 amp hour battery. But Homily sent me a video of that nibbler. That thing is just going to town. I got to do a video with that.
Grant Lone Star Win says, you know where you could get some cheap tool storage you could carry in your truck?
The back of my truck?
That's what we do.
Yeah. Graves from the Buckeye State. What do you think about the Icon knife? I haven't seen it, which is hilarious because I wish you could see how many knives. Here, start picking up the knives and show them how many knives we have here. Just like grab a handful of them. You'll be there all day doing that.
Yeah, pretty much. That is, and then we have this, and we have one more.
One of those is a flashlight.
One of them.
Oh no, there's one. There's another one right here.
Yep.
There's always more.
And then this is a box cutter, but
yeah, I can't forget the Work Pro. But I have not picked up the Icon. Honestly, the main reason is the local Harbor Freight is in Bozeman over the pass, and during the summer I try to avoid going to Bozeman whenever possible, and during the winter I never go to Bozeman. I think I've been to Bozeman once. I think I've been there once since winter started, maybe twice. I'll be there on Friday because I got to pick up Duncan. That's about the only reason I go there to the airport to pick people up or drop them off. Other than that, I try to avoid Bozeman. They should open a Harbor Freight here. Harbor Freight, if you're listening, Livingston, Montana, we need a Harbor Freight. If you could put it right across from the Murdochs, that'd be fantastic. Let's see here. Buddy says, I bought the THL 98-inch TV for my shop. Took 3 people to unbox it, and it was broke. Seems like Amazon is going to make it right. Oh, that sucks, man. You need to get blessed for that kind of dinner. Kill King says. And
that was my idea. I'd just like to put that out there.
Yeah. Zap says 20 millimeters often used on very special stuff that I don't want you messing with. That was a 25-30 second and you just made the 20 work. That might be true. Who knows? Ray says, started out with Quinn's electronic repair kit and have been buying nothing but Quinn hand tools. That electronic repair kit is fantastic, honestly.
If you're really rich, just buy the entire lake, drain it, look for zombies and refill it.
You can't get rid of the spirits though. I mean, I guess you could. You could refill it with holy water. There you go. That was how you win. That was a manager move. The new star of the show. Yeah, you should start doing 1 video a week. Also, you know what else you should do?
What?
Clean those glasses.
Yep.
There's like how do you see through those? You don't.
Nope. I'm getting new ones.
Oh yeah. Show them your glasses.
Band-Aid on that side, duct tape on that side, and this side's bent. Look, I got something to play with in my time.
Don't break your glasses again. They've got to last until you get the new ones. Luckily, they're under warranty because they know kids are hooligans. Mike says, sorry I'm late. Been working on the old LTD, making improvements. Day by day, was laughing at for driving one out of high school, but nowadays I've become a positive conversation piece. I like the LTDs. I really do. Do you think Icon will make their electric tool to compete with Snap-on? No, that's what Hercules is. Hercules is that line to compete with Milwaukee and Snap-on and all that. They're not going to make a power tool in the Icon line. You can get all kinds of screws, Harbor Freight butt pocket screws. Yeah, I've never seen pocket. Somebody mentioned that like a year or two ago. There was no pocket screws there. Let's see. Let me scroll up here so we can so Griffin can see it behind the microphone.
Yep. Wallhuck says, I did a thing today. A tow dolly followed me home. Needs tires unless my $10 rims fit it.
S10 rims. That's not a dollar sign.
Oh, that's not.
Maybe if you had clean glasses.
Okay. Rims. Fit it. I need 14 tires. Where would you buy from? Found sets for about $100 on Amazon.
14-inch tires for a dolly? Dude, that's the size of like a one of the old Kias or something. That's a huge tire. That's bigger than the wheels that came on that scooter. That's, I don't know, maybe if you got any kind of farm and ranch store, they always seem to have bigger tires. So if, you're not going to have Murdoch. You're in Iowa, so like a Runnings, are they there? Who else is in Iowa? Fleet Farm? Is Fleet Farm out there? I know they're up in Wisconsin. But if there's a Fleet Farm, a Runnings, Farm and Fleet, a Big R got bought by somebody. Who'd they get bought by? Anyway, go check out one of those kind of stores. They're likely to have something like that. On the woodworking tools, I was going to ask if Herc was going to make a joiner, and you answered. Herc versus Bauer planer, your opinion? If you're just doing occasional stuff, the Bauer planer is fine. If you're going to be using it all the time, get the Hercules. And Zaf says, Griff, what I was trying to say is be careful when you're not wearing glasses. Safety squints don't work good.
You know, I used them for like a year or so.
Do you know what safety squints are?
When you squint. Yep.
Like you're grinding, you don't want to get your safety glasses off, and you're like, I'll just do that. No, you don't do that. I would never do that.
You don't want to lie to yourself.
Again.
Neil F says, gotta run, but have a good week. Hope to see you on Friday.
Take care, Neil. Glad you could make it, man. Hope to see you next week. Kill King says, do you think buying the tools to make your own Ethernet cable is a good long-term investment? It really depends on how much cable you're going to run. If you're just going to do cabling for your house, and it depends on how custom if you want it to look good, and you're going to put face plates everywhere, and you're not just going to run cables out of holes and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, and even then, you can buy cheap cable cutters and crimpers and strippers. You don't have to buy the high-end stuff that's going to last forever. So you can get by with some bargain level kind of stuff there. But I don't like doing it anymore. But it's one of those things that I did it so much, I'm just opposed to it. So like I had to run some Ethernet here in the shop, and I just measured how much I needed and bought the closest, a little bit longer than I needed because it's all running underneath the staircase over here, and it's open underneath the staircase, so I could just tuck all the excess under there. Well, Hawk says, since Friday, I spent about $300 at Harbor Freight. I love you, Jeff, but I also hate you. I get that a lot. It's weird. There's a real love-hate love kind of relationship with me and my channel. Astro, you mean the dog from the Jetsons? And his boy Elroy? The Crystal gave me a $200 limit yesterday, and I stayed under that. I've been very good late. No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
I was going to say.
But most of what I've been buying is like camera equipment stuff. So we got that camera, and then I got another high-end camera, and bought some more microphone cable. Oh, and I ordered a whole nother light, really high-end video light. And what else did I buy? I think that's it. I don't know. I order stuff, and because I'm here in Montana, everything has to get shipped practically. So I order stuff, and then I forget about it, and then it shows up, and it's like Christmas going, oh, I wonder what I bought myself. I have no idea. I am going to do a video on video equipment that tool guys might want to consider. Like, one of the things I have are these lights like this.
I was wondering what that was.
Okay. So, and I've got it currently mounted to a little, what they call a ball head kind of thing that can go on a camera. But there's a lot of other things you can do with it. The back side of it, the back side is magnetic. Both ends are magnetic. And it is a color adjustable light. So this right here is 500 Kelvin at 100% output. And then I can change the level of the output, and I can make things warmer and cooler. And that's the bottom, 2500 Kelvin at 100% output. And then I can come down here and I can change the level. And then I can change the color. And I can change the whole color spectrum that this thing's on. Oh, that's brightness. And these things are like $20. Or maybe they're $40. But they're rechargeable, they're magnetic, and they're color correcting. Granted, as a mechanic, you're unlikely to be like, I need some teal light to get the right. But as far as like, if you're looking at paint and stuff like that, and you're trying to get color correction, you want to emulate, perfect sunlight and stuff like that, this could be something that you might use. And the fact that it's magnetic and it can stick anywhere and it's rechargeable. It's a pretty decent light. I actually really like them. I got 2 of them. Do you think the tool, we read about that one, the dog. Hey, Big Bear and Little Bear, how easy is it to get replacement parts for electric tools Harbor Freight sells? If a bad switch or set of brushes, I'm not throwing it away. I'll fix it. Well, brushes are pretty easy to get. I know that. Harbor Freight now has a parts department. And if you go to Harbor Freight's website, you scroll to the bottom. I don't think I can pull it up here on the live stream. But if you go to the bottom, it says, let me just pull this up just to make sure here on my side. I think there says like parts down at the bottom. Let me scroll down here. All the way at the bottom. Credit, return, replacement parts at the bottom of the screen. You click on that, and currently I think you still have to call them to order. And they've got replacement parts for Fortress, Vulcan, Badland, McGraw, Diamondback, U.S. General, Icon Banks, Kraus and Becker, Pierce, Earthquake, Bauer, Daytona, Hercules, Predator, and Titanium, and more. So you should be able to call and get most replacement parts. Also, a lot of those parts, like switches and stuff like that, they're off the shelf kind of parts. So if you crack that thing open and you see it's part number blah, 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 you could usually just go to eBay and order that part. And it'd probably be cheaper that way. If you get a Harbor Freight, Direct Tools, and Menards, you wouldn't need to leave town. Brother, I swear, I need a Harbor Freight, a Direct Tools, a Menards, what else?
Lowe's and a Home Depot, maybe?
Nah, for how often I need to go to Lowe's and Home Depot, I can go over the pass to go see them. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need. We got a Napa. We got CarQuest and O'Reilly's. We got Murdoch's. Chick-fil-A. Throw in a Chick-fil-A and I'm never leaving town. I'll stay right here. Rural King is on Iowa. That's the other one. Car tow dolly. What about it? What do I need a car tow dolly for? I got a pickup truck.
You need to turn the trip into Bozeman, Montana, in a promotional trip like that one YouTuber that reviews trucks with that pass in the mountains.
Oh yeah, the guys in Colorado who take it up the Ike's Pass or whatever, and you need to turn that would be, if I had enough. You know what? There is one dealership in Livingston. I'll talk to them. Maybe I can get them to let me have access to some of the newer vehicles for videos. I'll give them some free advertising.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yep. Let's see here. I was at Ollie's and they had Heart tools. I did get the router, but I heard that the Heart stuff was showing up at Ollie's. You're like the neighborhood drug dealer, but for tools. I think I'm a little nicer than that. I mean, other than that, you're not wrong. Hello again. I bought the Vessel brand Megadora screwdriver set. Oh, that's awesome. Michael Gutierrez did. He bought the Megadora screwdriver set he saw in Deals of the Week. That is a killer set, isn't it? People are sleeping on Vessel. Vessel makes fantastic stuff made in Japan. Just great screwdrivers. And people just, I don't know why they're not getting in on that more often. Grimmute's in the house. Grimmute. So get this. I'm supposed to be doing another e-bike video for KBO bikes. And they sent it to Grimmute. Oh, so he got a free e-bike out of it. Oh, anyway, so he's doing a video on it for me. So the next e-bike video you see, he did a better e-bike video than I did. He's at the beach and driving around town and all sorts of stuff. He's having a blast on that thing. And then, what was it? Ike asked something. What general area of Montana are you located? We're in Livingston. We don't have a problem telling people where we live. We like to be 100% honest and open about everything. We don't try to hide stuff. It's Montana. Any Fruit Loop shows up and tries to break into the house, they're going to have a bad time. So we're not worried about that sort of stuff. And if you ever make it through Montana, ring me up. Grimmute did. That's kind of how he got an e-bike. He and the wife came through. Can't wait. Hope you guys come back again sometime soon. They were up camping in Yellowstone. Oh. And they swung by at our old shop when we were downtown and hung out. Great people. We love meeting with any and all of you. We're just regular folk. There's nothing special about us. And also, we do spend quite a bit of time in the Vegas area. I'll be in Vegas last week of this month. So if you're going to be in the Vegas area, let me know, and maybe I'll be around there too. Steve says, there's a nearby RC place that's on fire.
No.
That is problematic because of the LiPo batteries. Oh my gosh, because they're pouch cell batteries usually. They're super flammable stuff. Oh my gosh, that is bad. How long is the battery life? There? Not very long. Not when it's on fire. Stevenson, you asked how long the battery life is. I'm sorry, but I don't remember what device specifically you're talking about. So also type at the Den of Tools and it pops up. See, like it says right down there. If you type in at the Den of Tools, in my chat, it legit pops up like that big orange bubble, and I know you're talking to me. I do try to read everything, but we get way behind because I don't just give off-the-cuff answers. I try to really answer stuff. So we get behind, and sometimes I have to skip ahead, and then I'm just reading those. So I promise if you type that, I will read it. But just let me know which batteries we're talking about here. What would you suggest for a cheap but decent Boroscope? Harbor Freight, Temu, or others? I don't know if the ones that plug into your phones look too reliable to me. What's your take?
What scope are we talking about?
That's what he's asking. What Boroscope should we buy, or should he buy?
What is a Boroscope?
It's a scope that goes in a bore. What's a bore? It's a hole. So often you'll put it's usually a long thin hole, like on a rifle. You put a scope. It's one of those long things with a little camera on the end.
Oh.
Were you not here when I just did that Boroscope? With the articulating end?
I was. I didn't know that it was called a Boroscope.
Okay. Anyway, so I gave one away. Was Saturday. I had one of the ones that Wi-Fi's. It was a 20-foot long one. It was like $20 off of Amazon, and it was rechargeable, and it would connect to your phone via Wi-Fi to an app, and it worked. It worked, but I absolutely hated using it. I'm getting really sick and tired of everything having an app. I just want to have buttons that allow things to work. You know, like the Teslas, and they've got that nice big screen and everything's on the screen.
So I have to take my eyes off the road?
Yeah, I want buttons. I just want buttons. Buttons let me look and do something else and go, okay, the button's over there, boom, and I can hit it. I don't like the ones that connect to your screen. Do they work? They do work. Are they finicky? Finicky as all hell. And a real pain to use, especially when you're trying to do something, you're trying to get work done. Let me set up my Boroscope, and 10 minutes later, why won't this thing connect? Oh, I hate that. Teslong, it was deals of the week. Teslong sent one over. Now, but it's not a cheap one. It's like $100 or thereabouts. And it's got the built-in screen, and it's got a memory card so you can record stuff. And it's got a light on the end. It's got a little trigger, so the end of it is articulating. You pull the trigger down, it goes left. Push it up, it goes right. I even had the one, in fact, I still have it. I bought the one from Klein that connects via Bluetooth to your phone because I thought it would be better. It is better. It's more reliable. But I still have to download the app, and I have to set it up, and then I have to find the app. And
I personally really like the Teslong.
Teslong's cool, but buying one with a screen ups the price. So you're not going to get that for $20. Did you remember top of the hour? I did, and look, I'm only like 2 minutes behind. Look at that. He probably commented at like 6:30. What Mater's reminded me of is that we like to celebrate all of you for top of the hour. We like to thank everyone who joined us today for being part of our live streams. We really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us for the evening and having a good time with us. And just kind of, it's like hanging out after Sunday dinner. That's kind of the way I feel about it. We go to my grandparents. We'd go over there for Sunday dinner, and they had like one of these. It was a quad level house. So you walked into the main level, and the main level was the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen. And then you went upstairs, but it was like half a flight upstairs to the bedroom, and then it was half a flight downstairs to the den, and there was another half flight downstairs to the basement. Weird house. Love that house though, and that's over in it's not Beaverdale, Urbandale. It's over in Urbandale, in a suburb of Des Moines. And anyway, so I was thinking this is like headed down to the den with my grandpa after Sunday dinner and just hanging out and talking with the guys and stuff. So anyway, we really appreciate you joining us. One thing we do ask, though, is honestly, if you could take a moment right now, hit that like button. It's right down there. It just lets the algorithm know that we're doing a good job. Or if you don't like us, hit the negative, hit the thumbs down. Either way, just do something, brother. Won't you help a brother out?
Interact with the channel.
And then also want to thank anybody who's supported us with super chats. Except we don't have any super chats because the missus isn't here. This is like the second week in a row where she hasn't been here and I don't get any super chats. So I'm pretty sure you're just coming to see her. And I don't blame you because I would too. And then want to thank the members because they do financially support the channel. They're fantastic. That's everyone with a bear behind their name. They are the folks that are part of the YouTube membership platform, and if you're interested, there's links down below and stuff. But you get the bear behind your name, and the color of the bear denotes how long you've been a member. And red is the longest, but I don't remember how long that is. It's like 6 or 8 months or a year. I don't know. It's a long time. So thank you everyone who's a member. You all are fantastic. Ike, who just joined up recently. Gramute's in the house. Mater's here. We got a bunch of them. Steven's here. Everyone who's a member, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And then also we want to thank everyone with the cobalt blue wrench behind their name. Those are our mods, and they help, squash trolls, keep me on track, remind me what's going on, pull me back from my tangents, that sort of thing. And also a lot of them are creators in their own right. Mater's got a great channel. Who else? Wohawk's starting off his channel and doing stuff. Go and pick one of them and go find some of the stuff they're doing. Gramute's posted some stuff, and let's get them some love too and check out their channel. Anyway, well, we don't need to support Grimute. He's stuck in Florida. Hasn't left Florida in years. He's got permanent residence at this point. This is my last night in Daytona, and it rains. Oh, he's there for Bike Week. Oh, so sad. He was at the beach. I saw him at the beach. I don't want to hear about it. Anyway, we read that you need a bomb guards. We got whatchamacallit, Menards. So, not Menards. What's the other? What's the farm ranch place we have? Murdoch's. Oh. Fred says, I'm here for the beer. I think he meant bear. He's here for the bear. Because we don't do beer here. Sorry, no beer. This is a, where is it? There it is. Whiskey only. Bourbon. Man's
for
drink.
him only, not me.
Not for him.
Stephen Deswan says, I have a Harbor Freight, Menards, and a Direct Tools all within 20 minutes of me.
Nobody likes you, Steve. I'm so jealous. And then Zap says, I bet Griff would take better care of glasses if they came out of an allowance.
What allowance?
Griff says, might be bitter, a young kid. He doesn't need an allowance because he's the one who keeps starting businesses. He's run a poop pickup business, a lawn care business. Any other ones? Is it just those two?
I think it's just those two, but
Oh, and you've done odd jobs with the store downtown and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And done work for Dave.
Yep.
Done some plumbing and stuff like that. He's a hard worker. So, of all the three kids, the one who won't really complain and will actually do the work is this one. Well, Hawk says, I bought a card toe dolly. Was trying to clarify since you thought 14-inch was a big toe. Oh, I get it now. Because I'm like, 14 inches? Is he putting spinners on his dolly? And I was looking over there because I got a dolly sitting over there. And I'm like, what is he doing with a car toe dolly? Oh, my gosh.
We did only say toe dolly.
Go to Big O Tires. I don't know if they have Big O. They don't have Big O here. We got the local tire place that everyone goes to. He's a good guy, though. Let's see here. The new 7603 versus the 660320. The shop press, do you know the difference? I don't know the difference. I looked at the pictures. I can't tell a difference. I really can't. I went like inch by inch, everything. I could not tell a difference. I don't know. Maybe they just sharpened up some of the corners, maybe fixed some of the welds or something. I don't know. I mean, because the last press was like a standby. Lots of shops have it. Like pro shops. Like you see that, you can go to the snobbiest pro shop ever and they'll still have like the Harbor Freight press. All right. What's this? What? $10.
Oh, we got two.
Oh, wait. Mater's Workshop says, stop twisting my arm. Here you go. Come on. Let's be honest. The pretty one isn't here. You guys don't have to pay for that. But $2. But thank you, sir. $2. Florida dash cam, $10. Just checking in. $10 for the kiddo. Or however much you get after YouTube. Yeah, YouTube takes their 30% or 33%. But I will make sure he gets his $650 or whatever there.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
But anyway, thank you so much for supporting the channel, or at least supporting the kid. He did have a good week. He wrestled hard. He was feeling sick on Friday. He came back with a toothache. Wrestled on Saturday.
Yep.
Managed to pull it out. How's it going with getting the motorcycle trails up and going? We thought we had a lock on a piece of land, and then somebody called somebody and there was a backdoor deal and it didn't happen. So now we're stuck talking about this piece of land that was our backup, and the problem is the land is half owned between the city and the county. And the county more than willing to let us use it. The city is run by a bunch of people who are trying to turn Montana into an HOA, and I'm pretty pissed at them. I'm hot when we're talking about the city management here. It is, They've lost their minds. It's one of the few blue cities in Montana, and the rest of us. And it's a small group of wealthy folks, a lot of them from out of town, and who have citizenship and vote here, but really live and work somewhere else. And they come back in, they fly back in, and they're like, well, not in my backyard, and I don't, I literally had people sit there. I want to be able to drive from Billings to Livingston and not see anything but green pasture land. So I'm going to vote no on this. And I'm like, you can't do that now. You seriously cannot do it. The area that we're talking about already has, the police gun range is there. And on the other side of the street, there's a rock quarry. And they're like, it's green nature's wilderness, and we want to keep it like that. I'm like, it's a hayfield. You think that hay is native to this area? This isn't like wild grasses and grasslands. This is farmland that is owned by the county and letting this guy leases it out. And then he's like, and the guy who leases it is like, well, I should be compensated for the 30 or 40 years that my family's taken care of this land at our own expense. What do you mean at your own expense? That's what happens when you rent property. I'm renting this property. You think when I move out, if I took good care of it, they're going to have to pay me for 40 years of taking care of it? No, that's what the rent does. Anyway, it just pisses me off. There's a bunch of people who know each other, and they everything's done through back channels and closed door meetings. Oh, anyway.
Steven? Does Juan?
Yeah.
I'd like an e-bike sent to me, mistakenly sent to me. Well,
well, stranger things can happen. He also said when I was a kid, I lost glasses to a lawnmower. Oh my gosh.
I haven't had that happen yet.
Tell me your tool review of stealing secrets. Well, getting e-bike sent to you by mistake. Can you believe this? I pulled my back out today. I heard all of California people are leaving.
What?
You hurt your back? You just got it fixed. Oh my gosh. I hope you're doing all right. I have a question. Just curious, if the Series 3 hutch is compatible with the Series 2 box. It is on the sizes they make it for, which is the 56 and the 72.
He clarified from Harbor Freight.
Yes, I know what he meant. Ooh, sounds like the RC place is having a fire sale. Kill King 110 dropping bombs. Ike says, cool, I work for Kaiwheat, so you never know where I'll be. South of New Orleans currently working. Isn't that aquatic? Isn't south of New Orleans like water? Unless, of course, you're talking to like the Grand Cayman. I think that's technically south of New Orleans. Light you was just holding, and where to get one and how much. So it is called Ulanzi. I don't know if it'll focus on me. Probably not. It's going to focus on Griffin's face. So
Just cover my face.
Yeah, cover your face. I'll cover my face. Let's see. There we go. Ulanzi. And it's Ulanzi. And it's on Amazon. And as far as the model number, let me see here. I got to put my eyeballs on. The model number is the iLight. I-Light. It is a 3.7. Basically, it's got one 18650 cell in it. And the capacity is 2,000 milliamps. I think that's what it's got. It might have. It's got enough room for a 21700 cell. Maybe it does have one. I don't know. It'd be the same power level on it. So, let's see here. I like that Vevor with the flex head. The Vevor ratchets. Okay. And let's see here. Hercules is pretty nice, even though I went back 3 times for my first purchase. First for the impact with free battery, then for a drill kit for the charger, and then for the free battery for that kit. So Harbor Freight just sent me their Series 2 half-inch impact, the fairly high-end one. And I've got a couple buddies who work for a local towing, and they're not just a towing company, they're a towing industrial cleanup and recovery. So like when the semis come off the road, they're the ones who like pull them out of the ditches. When the airplane went off the runway, the Learjet or whatever, actually it was bigger than Learjet, went off the runway, they're the ones who pulled it up out of the ravine. These guys are super hardcore, mechanics, and they're dealing like heavy line diesel kind of stuff all the time. So he just broke his Milwaukee, so I'm loaning him my new Hercules for a month, see what he thinks of it. So we're gonna put that thing into the ring because apparently he's notoriously hard on tools. Everyone hit the like button. It's fat-free, keto, gluten-free, all that good stuff. Mike Thomas says, for some reason did the camera freeze up? No, it's still working. I think it's still working. Oh no, OBS. Let me go over to OBS. No, that's OBS right there. Yeah. Cameras, what do you mean? It's out of focus? Yeah. It's problem with 2 faces in on it, with us sitting at angles like this. I can't figure out who to focus on. Plus, Griffin keeps leaning all the way away. There we go. Sorry, I'll show myself to the door. Let's see here. Where do we go here?
Keeps on doing it.
Yeah, stop. Nobody likes you. Why does it do that? All right. WS Corner says, first live stream tonight from NOCO, North Colorado. Shagging trailers on a slow night, windy as could be. Love the deals you share. That's awesome. Thank you. Speaking of Sunday dinner, what did everyone have? I had tikka masala. What did you have?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. I'm stunned. Stunned, I say.
Well,
This is crap. I lost the bear. Is the camera still having problems?
I don't see anyone.
Yeah. Someone's saying no freeze, camera is fine. I don't know. Wait. Who was that? No, oh my God. Jessie's here. How do I block her? I need to put her in timeout. Let me put her here. I could pin messages? I didn't know I could do that. That's cool. All right. Let's get back here. All right. Let's see here. The new 70-6003, 60 shop price. Oh, do we know the difference? We talked about that one.
Wallhook. Get a cardboard cutout of Jessie for when she's not there.
John Gordy, did you just sign up? Did he just sign up? Because I see his name here before, and it doesn't show it as being a member. And then suddenly it shows it as a member, but it didn't pop up and say, hey, he joined as a member. What's wrong?
Wait, if you go up, I think there's a message of him not being a member. Down in between the...
Well, no, I saw messages where he, like right there.
Yeah.
It doesn't say he's a member, and then it says he's a member. Well, thank you so much for joining. And I answered this already, but if you didn't hear it, I did see that they updated it. I went over it with a fine-tooth comb, and I can't find a difference. So, I will reach out to my sources at Harbor Freight and ask him. But it looks like I don't even know if we got a different paint job. Like the new ones are supposed to be gray versus red. I don't know. I'll take a look at it, but I have not. I literally went over that thing, and I'm like, it looks identical as far as I can tell. Steve says, good kid. What's going on in DC with broomsticks? Who knows? Who knows? I'm so tired of that city. I'm looking to move to Texas for a change of environment as I've lived in the Rocky Mountains, Great Plains, and desert. Part of me would like to live in Texas, but then the other part of me knows that they have summer there. And I've heard terrible, terrible stories. I did summer in Vegas for 3 years. I don't want to do that kind of heat ever again. Mike says, I just repainted one drawer of the old tanker desk. Positive side, it looks good. Makes me want to finish it. Bad part, it locked itself in and won't come back out.
It's hiding.
Oh, man, I hate that. Is Griff in BSA? No, he is not. He was. You were for a while, weren't you? Yeah.
What is BSA?
Boy Scouts of America?
No, yes.
You were a Cub Scout.
I was Cub Scout. I was not in Boy Scouts.
Yeah. Duncan did Cub Scouts, and then when Duncan was in Cub Scouts, I was on the Shooting Sports Council, and then when he was in Scouts, I was a Scout Master.
The very best.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's I can't deal with the politics in scouting. I'm so done with it. I won't deal with it. Matthew says, or anyone else need ideas for how to scare the squirrel out from around the HVAC tubing in my apartment? Go outside, get suckered into trap maintenance. What's a good way to get rid of a squirrel? Buy a cobra, probably.
Fireworks.
Throw M80s at it, says the kid. Tree huggers. I don't mind hugging me a tree every once in a while. City management is like military intelligence. Both are as useful as an elevator and an outhouse. So did any of you go and watch the video on the Bozeman city manager who is about to get fired, but they're going to give him 8 months severance and 8 months of retirement payments because there's he signed a contract. And he's supposed to get like a year or so based on the contract. And they came back and said like 6 months, and now they're compromising at 8 months just to get him gone. He was on a Zoom call and stayed on after everyone else hung up to have a bitch session with one of the women on there. And all he did was badmouth the mayor, the people of Bozeman. And talked about how and he's not from here, and he's only here until he can make enough money to get a better job. And then he's just going to work that better job until he can make enough money to retire and live off his, he's all about the money. He doesn't care about the communities in the least bit. He's just complete scum. And he got outed because somebody recorded his whole rant and put it on the web. And God love him for doing that. And I really don't want them to pay this guy the 8 months. But I'm happy to see him gone because he's not getting another job anywhere. His whole thing is on the internet. He thought he was going to get a job in Houston or Austin or something like that. Ain't no way city council anywhere else is going to hire this dude with that video on the internet of him. They'll do one Google search for the guy, and that's all they'll find. They'll be like, nope, we're not hiring this guy. So he's done. He is done. His career is flatlined at this point. So I don't mind the 8 months just to get rid of him because karma's going to do the rest as far as I'm concerned. But that said, I think city managers should be illegal. I think it is a worthless bureaucratic position whose only job is to create a firewall between the populace and government. And I've seen what they do, and all they do is sit there and act like, well, this is what we have to do because that's the policy. You wrote the policy. Don't sit there. Like I was dealing with Razer, the keyboard company. I threw away $150 Razer keyboard because I was so pissed at them. And, they're like, well, they wanted, first they asked for when I submitted the ticket, I had to upload my proof of purchase. So they had my proof of purchase from day one. This thing's gone on for a month now with them. And I gave up and just threw the keyboard away. And they're like, well, we have to do that because that's what our policy is. So you're saying you have to do it because you decided to make rules to hate your customers. You don't have to do it. You can break policy. You can get a manager. Someone there can do it. All policy. It's not a law, dude. It's not like someone's going to come and arrest you. If you sit there and tell me, well, that's our policy, so I have to do it. I mean, I get it if you're some minimum wage dude, but if you're upper management and you're saying that, you're just basically telling me F off at that point because you don't care. And that's all that city managers do. This is the job of a mayor. The mayor should be doing this stuff because he's elected or she's elected. And the reason they're elected is because then you could vote them out when they don't do the job. But a city manager, well, he's got a contract, so we have to keep him. And, that's just what the policy is. Light them all on fire. Contracts, not the people, the contracts. Anyway, Griffin's sitting over here going, Dad's on a rant. Dad's on a rant.
I was about to say something, but
what were we going to say?
That we should get on to the next one. But...
Oh, you're no fun.
Yep.
All right, we'll read the next one then.
Ref, I don't know what that name is.
Zafio?
Yeah, Zafio. You can't fight the clown world, decades of education, and other stuff supporting it.
It is. And this is the reason why I won't go into it. I won't go into it.
Kill King 110 says 95% of people haven't seen native prairie ever.
That's for sure. I got to tell you, if you want to have a beautiful drive, you drive through North Dakota, and they have grasslands there. Like you have like a national forest, they've got national grasslands. Gorgeous, just gorgeous place to drive through. And Gramute said they're going to turn it into another Colorado or California. They're trying their hardest. And I got to tell you, the people up in Kalispell would like nothing better than see that happen.
Stephen Deswan says, darn out-of-towners shoving their elbows into business that doesn't affect them most of the year.
And worse, they come here to get away from that stuff because it's so screwed up. So they come here, buy the property, drive the prices up. They're starting to sell T-shirts now in town that say, paradise isn't paradise when the locals can't afford to live there. And, there's a reason why we live here. And it's because we like it the way it is. Don't move in here and then try to turn it into your HOA. John Henrique have Hartville Hardware close. Largest hardware store in the USA. Also Menards, Harbor Freight, RK, Lowe's, Home Depot, and Ace. That's a good selection. We got, as far as hardware stores in town, we've got our buddy Dan who runs Riverside. Riverside, one of the nicest, best. Think of like hometown meets boutique hardware. It's just gorgeous in there. All the natural wood and brick and stuff. The only problem I'll say with Dan is that he carries too much Milwaukee. No, he's the big Milwaukee guy in town. Murdoch's carries a bunch of DeWalt. There's a True Value, which I haven't been in there in forever. Ace, I like the folks over at Ace. It's locally run. Who else we got? The Lumberyard. Who owns the Lumberyard?
Couldn't tell you.
Come on.
I don't know.
In the same parking lot as Ace, over there to the right.
Yeah, I know. Oh, wait, Kenyon Noble.
Kenyon Noble. There we go.
I thought you were talking about the other Lumberyard. The big one.
Oh, my gosh. No, that just got sold. We actually have a mill in town, and that just got sold. Because it burned down not once but twice in the past 2 years.
I thought it was only once.
No, it caught on fire twice. It didn't burn down, but like one whole building with their giant planer burned to the ground, melting metal sagging in on it. It was bad.
At the end, you could see like where it melted, and it looked
like part of hell came up and tried to crawl out of the ground.
Pretty much.
Uh,
Mater's Workshop says, I can see you running for mayor and Jesse for city manager to change that.
no, because I'm not from here. All right. I mean, I grew up in the Midwest. I have the same kind of mentality and stuff, but the people around here grew up and know everybody. Like they run into people they went to high school with. They literally know everybody. It's that kind of small town. Most people don't know who I am, but I am supporting. There's a group of 3 or 4 people that are running for county commissioner and a couple other seats. And I'm going to be doing all the back end tech for them, setting up Facebook and Instagram and running all that kind of stuff and doing some graphic stuff for them. So I'm going to be helping out because I do want to support the local people and get stuff done right and actual people who will answer to the voters and not just blow them off. It's in my right hip. Oh. Now, if you want me, if they can elect me for sheriff, I could be down running for sheriff. Boy, I'd get in so much trouble. No freeze. Camera's fine. Make sure you hit the dislike button twice because it's glitchy. Nice. Nice one, Mohawk. And let's see here. Is Harbor Freight, releasing a new U.S. General tool cart? They're not a tool cart. There's like one of those tray table, like it's like a table, mobile table cart kind of thing. They're releasing one of those. I keep telling them I want the cart where the top slides rather than flips open.
That'd be kind of cool.
What's the best multi-tool that is best bang for the buck? Budget is around $200. Best bang for the buck around $200. Dude, $200 you can buy anything. Are you talking power multi-tool or like Leatherman style multi-tool? For powered multi-tool, hell, you could get anything. I've used Fine. I'm not a huge fan of the Fine. I'll tell you the power tool, the multi-tools I have. I have the Harbor Freight Hercules corded, and I have the Milwaukee 12-volt cordless. And those are my 2 favorite multi-tools. As far as the other ones, I just have Leatherman. I'm not big on multi-tools. And the Leatherman I have, he and the other kids bought me for Father's Day. Grilled steaks tonight. That sounds awesome. And Steven says, I had shrimp stir fry with sugar-free orange ginger sauce for dinner. Wow, that sounds good. Any idea when the U.S. General Full Bank will be on sale for $500 again? Any day now. That's the regular sale price. It hits that probably once a month. Jesse King, I can't ban you. Reporting you for terrorism seems excessive. Papa Bear clearly played with live stream features enough. And Stevenson says, thanks. I did the keto and lost 80 pounds in 6 months. I've been bad the past couple of weeks. I got to get back on track. Mike says, sorry, TV is blurred. My Chrome tablet shows crystal clear video. It's weird. It's all when it comes downstream from YouTube. Sometimes due to bandwidth issues, they lower the resolution. We are streaming I think we're streaming in 1080. I could be wrong. Anyway, Texas can get really hot. Yes, it can. Summer is horrible in Texas and Oklahoma. Yeah, I would not want to be in Oklahoma for summer. I have to agree with the Cub on the M80. Squirrel control, you mean 22? You can also do a bow, man. Have some fun with a bow. Got a stainless steel Cobalt toolbox a while back when Lowe's was giving them away. Oh my gosh. Did you get the one with the fridge? Because my wife will come for you. She loves that one. Please your poll to get Harbor Freight to do stainless steel storage boxes with a fridge. Gotta add that fridge in there. I'll mention it to him. I would not wait around for it though. Matthew says, I seen one apartment building on fire. No joking. No M80s. Oh my gosh. Yeah. City of West Branch, Iowa will likely hire him. That's the type of guy they seem to like. Oh my gosh. I hope not. And Austin will hire him for sure. They'll hire him with a 2-year contract and 8-year severance package. I could see that. Austin's crazy like that. Steve says, keeping dad in check. Renegade's Garage says, gotta run, everyone take care. Griff needs a poncho so when Jeff's vein in his forehead blows, he's got some protection. This is why I don't talk about politics. I'm so close to setting up a Rumble account just so I can vent about politics. I'm not like, a lot of people think I'm a hardcore right winger. I am a Christian, but I don't believe, I do believe that in the theory that all governance is violence. Because at some point it comes down to like, well, the government said to do this. We voted for this. Well, I don't agree and I don't want to do it. And if you keep disagreeing, at some point they send people with guns to force you to do it. So at some level, eventually government is violence. And so I don't like forcing people at gunpoint to do what I want them to do. So I used to think of myself as a middle of the road person, but I'm becoming more and more hardcore libertarian, get off my lawn, build a really big fence, put T-Rexes in a moat, stay away from me. I'm a stay away from me Atarian at this point. I want your government away from me. I want your opinions away from me. Like, I love all you folks, and I think we should all be best friends from miles apart. No. I mean, like, I want my neighbors, like, I want to be able to go out naked on my front porch and not have anybody call the cops because you can't see me. That's the kind of relationship I want to have with my neighbors. And I don't trust people anymore. We've all dealt with the DMV. Do you want the DMV running your entire life? Anyway, the Colorado isn't a California. Granted, too many tree huggers. It's not California, but it's getting close. Cameras freezing up from time to time. Weird. I keep checking on it. I don't see it. Still working.
At it from
1080p at 60 frames. Any experience with or feedback on the Harbor Freight Bauer cement mixer? Home projects only. I had one guy who bought the new one, the red poly one, and he said he loved it. He just got it, used it for one project, said it was fantastic. That is the only feedback I have from it. Although I will say this, Northern Tools sells a version that's very similar to it. Probably from the same manufacturer, and they've had great results with that one.
Matthew says, biggest problem is, according to the first Jurassic Park movie, T-Rexes can not only climb large moats, but do it silently.
They're ninjas. Don't trust any and all government. All government is bad. All right? Because once you give people a little bit of power, then they create their little fiefdom, and that's why you need to have as little government as possible. Government never fixes anything. All they do is make the problems more obscure. Let's see here. We talked about that. The camera hasn't been giving Steven issues. And then David says, in Vermont, if you leave your house naked, it's legal. But if you take your clothes off outside, you can be arrested. Now that makes sense to me. No issues with the streaming. Sounds good. Well, I was just going to say, we got to cut it short tonight because this one has school in the morning. Don't you?
Yep.
All right. So I got to get him home. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for everyone who supports the channel. Thank you for hitting that like button. For everyone who donated money through the Super Chats. Everyone who is a member with the bear behind your names. Go Bear family. And for all our mods out there, thank you so much for being part of what we do here. We really appreciate it. Hopefully next week we'll get the missus back, because I know that's the one you'll come to see. But anyway, till next time, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on. We're here from the government. I'm here from the government, and I'm here to help. Scariest words anybody's ever heard.